I already said that Evan Mobley is I think he's the defensive player of the year. Him guarding the rim.
Yeah, he's not.
Him, not just him guarding the rim, but him switching on the perimeter, watching him switch on the perimeter, and him pushing guys away from the basket. I think he's the defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you're watching. There is a DPOY in the league, and his name is Chet Holmgren, and nobody's touching him right now. It's pretty far away.
He's not pretty far away.
No, he is. He legitimately is pretty far away.
No, he is not.
Chill. They're anchoring that defense with just Chet, not Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. It's not. It's Chet. It's clearly Chet.
Are we going to sit there and say that SGA is not on the perimeter? Are we going to sit there and say that Alex
Caruso is not? They're not Chet. They're not Chet.
No. Stop dismissing this, Swiper. Like they don't have one of the best perimeter defenders.
They do. It's great.
Why are you dismissing this?
Because obviously it's Chet. There's no player having more impact on the defensive end this year than Chet.
That in Cleveland.
There's no player having more impact on the game this year defensively than Chet Holmgren.
Having more impact, I'm not going to say that because when I think about what
he's averaging twice as many shot blocks, 3.3 versus 1.6. He's averaging more steals. He's definitely a lot more alone without Isaiah Hartenstein. You could argue he might even get better with Isaiah Hartenstein back.
Right.
So I mean, right now. We don't have to disparage the job that Jared Allen and Evan Mobley are doing, but they're great. You can just say that Chet is just doing a little bit better, and that there's no shame in that.
I'm not dismissing what Chet is doing. I'm not dismissing what Chet is doing at all. But when I think about him having Alex Caruso on the perimeter, when I think him having Lou Dort on the perimeter as the defender, I'm not just going to dismiss what they had there. If I'm listening to Swiper, he making Oklahoma City sound like they're the Spurs. And they just got Wemby, and that's it.
Yeah, they're literally just. Do you know he's getting KG comps right now, right? I don't think he's that good either. I don't think he's that good either. But you know he's KG comps right now.
Even if that's true, even if he's getting KG comps, that doesn't dismiss the fact that they do have Alex Caruso, arguably the best on-ball
coming off the bench
in the league. And I'm glad you brought that up. He came off the bench. You know he made the all-league defensive team coming off the bench. Just so you know. So
somebody should have traded for him.
That is nothing new. They got Lou Dort, who was right outside of being an all-league defender. You're talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder like they're just Chet, and that's it. Like
I didn't say that.
Like that's what you just said.
I said he's clearly the DPOY right now. That's all I said.
And why is he clearly the DPOY?
Because there's no player having more impact defensively on a game-by-game basis than Chet Holmgren.
That's not what you said. You said no. That's not what you said, Swiper. You said because he doesn't have Jared Allen with him. Meanwhile,
he doesn't. He doesn't have another backline anchor who's better protected than him. By the way, I'm just being clear.
Which is not a problem. Only except the fact that he's got arguably the best on-ball defender in the game.
Okay, but your whole thing with Evan Mobley, he's not a better switch defender than Chet. He's not a better pick-and-roll defender than Chet. He's not a better rim protector than Chet. So what does he do better? I'm just trying to figure out what does he do better.
Well, I think he's a better switch defender than Chet. 100%, I believe that. I think he's much more switch.
Turn on your television, perhaps.
I watch Cleveland games. I watch Oklahoma City games, and I think that Evan Mobley, in terms of switching onto not just wings, but onto smaller guards, how he beats guys to spots, how he closes out. I think he's a better switch. I think he's a better switch defender and creates a lot of mismatches with those guys as opposed to what Chet does. No doubt about it.
Yo, Mars, I would like for you to do what you so eloquently do from time to time. Can you break down the difference between these two and who you actually believe is better, Chet Holmgren or Evan Mobley?
After 6 games, is that what you're asking me to do?
You could do one or two things. You could do off this season sample or just in general. I mean, we've watched Chet play for 2 years. Well, this is his second year, and then we've watched Evan play for as long as he's played too.
Well, I think last year Evan Mobley was probably better defensively. I don't know how much I'd die on that hill, but I'd probably take Evan Mobley. I definitely think Evan Mobley's the better switch big than Chet. I don't think that's particularly close. But as an overall more
with an accent, that's why.
Well, I mean, I was saying it before Chill was saying it, so I mean,
just so we are clear, the British accent adds like 25 points.
It does.
To whatever he's saying. It's true.
I like listening. I like listening to Mars where I like listening to myself.
Mars, really quickly. Mars, let's just say that sounds good. Can you give me legit logic on why Chet is a better switch defender than Evan Mobley? What does he do that Evan Mobley doesn't do as a switch defender?
He's asking
Better.
you, Swiper. Yeah, he's asking
No,
you.
he's asking.
Swiper.
He asking you. He said you. He said.
Well,
you.
no, I
No,
have
I'm
Mobley
asking-
over Chet, so I can't give you why Chet would be
Once
better.
again,
I
Swiper,
don't think
what
is.
is he
Yeah.
do? What is Chet doing as a switch defender better than Evan Mobley?
Just the fact that he's just more technically sound to me, but that's just me personally, I guess.
But technically sound on the perimeter. How?
Footwork, movement, hand placement. I mean, defensive aura, all of it. I mean, you just think about like
aura.
Once again, turn on your
Defensive
TV.
aura. Is there an
Turn on your
analytic
TV.
for defensive aura?
Turn on your TV, Swiper. How about that? Ain't no way.
who are you more scared to see played up on you? I think it's Chet.
Honestly, Evan Mobley.
Mobley on the perimeter.
If I'm
Yeah, you know
I'm
why?
a-
Because he got Jared Allen behind him.
that could be part of it, but I think I have just seen him stay with guards on the perimeter way too often. He gives them just enough space. The contests, like how he's able to move with them, I think he is a better. I completely agree on both sides.
More feared defender,
Well,
Chill. Which
yeah.
one's more feared?
Oh my god.
Which one's more
one is
feared?
feared?
Yes. Go ahead and lie,
I
Chill.
think- Wait a minute. I don't think the Chet is more feared than.
Of course he is. Have you watched people play versus Chet?
Yes.
They literally run away from the basket with Chet there. Literally would
I don't
dribble
know.
in,
I-
turn the other way.
I don't think
So his-
Chet. I don't think Chet has that much fear.
That's
I
crazy,
don't-
man.
I'm gonna
This
be
sound
honest.
like Rudy Gobert slander. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah,
It's all right.
and I think people are
Yeah,
wrong
dude.
not to fear Chet, but I still think a lot of the NBA is of the mindset that this frail 7-1 guy isn't.
Is he more frail
Yeah.
than Evan Mobley? Oh man,
Yes.
they're both
And
skinny.
like people still attack Chet. They fail, but they feel as if they can attack Chet. Like,
Yo,
that's
I would go at Evan if he didn't have a 7-foot demigod behind him too.
You don't go at Evan when you. when he-
Jarrett Allen's 6'9", so I mean,
No,
See, this is where I have to draw the line. Like you can argue Chet's having a better defensive season, but to act like Mobley is some
Mobley's
sort of
he's good.
Jared
Yeah, he's
Allen
really
merchant.
good.
That's
He's a top 6 defender this year for sure.
6.
6.
yeah, I think he's top 6. I agree with that. I think
Yeah,
he's-
that's fair. Top 6 is fine.
Yeah, I think he's top 6. I think Chet has been the better defender this season, but I also think Swiper kind of understated how good OKC is just as a defensive unit around Chet too.
No, they're great.
Yeah, you can say that, but when you was bringing up why Chet was more impactful than Evan
Okay,
Mobley,
so
you
so
kind
let's-
of just
let's just try to understand this.
as an anchor, but I don't think
The
that's true.
difference between these two players, first of all, is that Mobley is playing with another defensive anchor, and Chet is anchoring the defense by himself. However,
I wouldn't say that. I mean, they do have guards that are helping anchor the defense.
okay,
You know?
but that's the philosophical question here. What
Yep.
helps a defensive anchor more, a co-defensive anchor or great perimeter defenders?
I don't know. Once you answer that question, Chill. What's the lower defensive rating, Chill, between Chet and Evan Mobley?
Chet by a
is-
significant
yeah.
margin.
I think I think Evan Mobley's defensive rating this year is like what, a 107 or something like that.
That's crazy. Really, that high? Wow.
106.
Noticing.
I think it's 106, something like that.
Noticing.
But to-
Hey, Chet, you know what Chet said? You want to read it to you?
I think it's 100 or maybe
No,
99.
no. You're in the trees, my bro. Go
What is
to
it?
the ground. Get closer to the ground.
What is it?
91.6.
Okay, 91. Sure, that's impressive.
Well,
100%.
OKC are currently on track to have the best defense ever. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to be the best defense ever. I'm trying to say
Right.
that 6-game sample sizes. I mean, let's not overreact to anything that's going on right now. But OKC's defense has looked monstrous, large part because of Chet, but also large part because of what they have around Chet and their scheme and the length and everything they have. I mean, they're giving up 71 points per possession in the half court. Like,
Mhm.
we just haven't seen anything like this. So we will see how long it's sustainable. But as of today, OKC are the best defense in history. And I think Chet will win Defensive Player of the Year if OKC ends up being the best defense in history. So,
Mars, does Isaiah Hartenstein make that even better?
in terms of defensive rating in the regular season, I'm not sure. But in terms of like actual playoff level defense and the versatility you get in terms of what lineups you can run out, yes, they're undoubtedly, I think, a better defense with Isaiah Hartenstein. But statistically, they might not be as good as they are right now. But OKC right now is still just doing some experimental things on defense, and it's just working. I've counted in several games where Chet's not even out there. They're running 5-guard lineups. Like we was here when Darvin Ham was running 3-guard lineups, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, they are running 5-guard lineups."
He
didn't go far enough.
Versus
He didn't go far enough. That's what you're saying. He didn't go.
Maybe Darvin Ham saw the vision. Maybe Darvin. He's running in multiple games. He's run a 5-guard lineup against Atlanta, against the Clippers. And
Portland,
and against Portland. He's
Darvin Ham.
You like it? You like
Darvin?
I mean, I like it while it works.
In like
it works.
Wow, OKC turned Darvin Ham from a dummy to a visionary. Love it.
Well, they don't got D'Angelo Russell over there in OKC though, Pin.
Ox with this D'Angelo Russell shit again.
To be fair, Pin, it's not D'Lo over there.
I mean, there is no defensive liability.
Well, can we be for real about that? Defensively, D'Angelo Russell is really bad.
Yeah, he's a bad defender. Yeah. So obviously, I'm saying that Darvin Ham thing in jest, but like they're experimenting and it's working. So their defense is still elite without Chet. And I'm not saying the Cavs defense isn't great without Mobley. I'm just saying that it's not all because of Chet that their defense is this dominant. They just have some of the best personnel and best scheme and best planning defensively of most teams in the league, I'll say.
5-guard lineup I saw them run when they played against the Clippers. They had Shea, they had Dort, they had Wiggins, they had Caruso, and
J-Dub.
And they had J-Dub out there. And it was working. It was working just fine. They had sped the game up.
But why was it working?
It was, well, one, because they sped the game up. And
by forcing every single turnover.
I was getting to that. Yep. That's exactly what was happening. I'm sorry. But yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, boss. So that's what was going on.
Yo, chill. I know one thing that I'm just excited about in general is this new crop of young bigs that really play both sides, and just we're really seeing them blossom into their own. We talked about Chet. We talked about Evan Mobley. Another guy like Scotty Barnes, Paolo, and these might not be, centers, but just Wemby. Bigs in general. Wemby. Obviously Wemby. And we could keep going. Jalen Johnson, Paolo, even Derek Lively as well. All these younger guys, I'm enjoying watching them blossom, but they all bring something on defense, and that's maybe not Paolo, but the rest of them are very, very good on defense. And
it's the future of the NBA, 100%. Chet and Wemby, that's the future of the NBA. That's what you're gonna need in order to be successful moving forward in the NBA. And that's what the NBA I think is gonna look like in the next couple of years. It's just gonna be a bunch of 6'10" to 7'3", 7'4" dudes running around with ridiculous skill sets and glass cleaners and defenders. I think that's what the NBA is gonna look like. That's what the NBA has become. That's what's gonna revolutionize. Chet and Wemby have revolutionized the NBA. So it's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. The player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.